Hello again. I've got a question for you today, and it is this. What is it that gives our age away? What is it when somebody looks at me that makes them realise, well, she's certainly not 25? I think in days gone by, it was grey hair, which is certainly not applicable now. You can be any colour you want. It was your attitude, perhaps, but certainly your clothing. When I was small, all sort of midlife women seemed to dress almost exclusively in crimpline, if you remember that. And now, if you go to a shopping mall, say, on a Saturday, you can see 3 generations in the same family wearing almost identical clothing. You know, they might have tracksuit bottoms or leggings, they might have a fleece, tie their hair back in a knot. They're almost indistinguishable. So it's not that. So what is it? Well, I think it is how we move, and most of all, how much balance we've got. Balance is so important. Now, interestingly though, balance is something that you can improve on. It's not something that you have to think, oh, I'm 70, I'll never get my balance back. This isn't true. I have a friend who in her 50s realised that she could no longer take her knickers off or her tights off or put them on standing on one leg. She just couldn't do it. But she realised this was a problem and she remedied it. She did various exercises, she devised ways of improving her balance. She's in her mid-60s now and she can put trousers on, she can do anything. And so it is one of these skills you can regain. And that's worth thinking about, I think. Now, this is an alarming statistic, and I'm not saying it to alarm you, but I think it's important that we all know. Research has shown that people who are unable to stand on one leg for 10 seconds or more have almost double the risk of dying from any cause. I mean, this is alarming. I do understand that. They're also, unfortunately, more likely to succumb to stroke, dementia, and a wide range of other illnesses. So what can we do about it? I have to put in a health and safety message here. There will be people watching who've got illnesses that affect their balance, make them wobbly or weak. You may have multiple sclerosis, you may be just extremely overweight, you may have waiting to have a hip done, you may have rheumatoid arthritis, any of those things. Please, please, please do not do the strategies that I'm going to give to you now without checking with your doctor first. And better still, if you want to improve your balance and you've got something that is, holding you back, why not discuss with a practice nurse or a doctor what could you do that would be safe for you to improve your balance? Because the last thing we want is anybody falling, particularly on a floor like this, which is a hard floor. We do not want any broken hips from anybody watching these videos. So please take note. Do not try any of this if you know that you've got an underlying condition that is making your balance questionable. See what else you can do. But I'm going to give you some hints and tips, and I advise you to always have something handy that you can grab on or something that you can fall into, like a nice armchair or whatever. What we don't want as an older person is to be one of those people who look at their feet and scruffle along like this. This does not help them. For a start, it looks very aging, but secondly, you're not very likely to be able to balance well if your eyes are on the pavement and if you're not picking up your feet adequately. Get used to drawing yourself up to your full height. Think of yourself on Strictly Come Dancing. They've got wonderful posture, haven't they? So practice when you're at the bus stop, pulling yourself up, imagining a thread pulling you up. If you stand better, you will balance better. Then I would say if you know that you're quite wobbly, let's start very slowly. When you're at the bus stop or doing the washing up, why not move from one foot to the other? That's all you need to do. You're barely losing contact with the floor, but it gets you used to shifting your weight. A lot of people practice their balance when they're brushing their teeth. And it's understandable why. You can lean on the basin and you can balance on one leg. And then when you don't need to lean on the basin, you can carry on brushing. And you'll suddenly find that, oh, you can do 10 seconds, maybe you can do 20. You are your own expert. I've said that to you before. So you can devise your own program, but these are the sort of things that I think I would be doing. And many of them I do. I mean, in this kitchen, in the mornings, before I've boiled, well, while I'm boiling the first kettle of the day, I do balance exercises. And I just think it gets it out the way. I do that almost without thinking. So if you have stairs in your house, do you pull on the rail as you go up? Try not to. Hover your hand above the rail and take your own weight and walk up the stairs. I've got a friend, I shouldn't say this because she might watch this video, but when we go to the cinema's got a terrific slanted floor. And as we come out of our seat, she immediately goes over and grasps the handrail and she hauls herself up. And I just want to say to her, don't do that. Take your own weight and you'd improve your balance. But I haven't said it yet. Maybe I'll send her this video. But as I say, you work out your own program. In the end, you will be able to stand on one leg. And then when you can do that comfortably, you can do all sorts of things to challenge that. Look around and improve on your basic skill. And then a great thing is to be able to take your shoes off and put them on, standing on one leg. If you can do that, you know your balance is not bad. And finally, I would say if you want to improve your balance even further, do remember that there are classes. If you feel like going to a class, and you very well might, Pilates is great for balance, yoga is great for balance, ballet is good for balance. Perhaps I'll see you at a class really soon. Bye-bye.